Mr. Castro, what challenges did you face early in your career and how did you overcome them to reach your position today?
It's a great question. I think one of the biggest challenges is finding the right fit. So early on I was studying cybersecurity, and when I started studying it I didn't know all the different directions that the field could take you. I knew I was interested in this problem of how do you make systems secure. I knew I liked the puzzle aspect of the challenge. You don't know what the attacker is doing. You don't know if there's a system that you can break into. I loved all of those aspects of it, but I didn't know where I fit into that bigger picture and where I wanted to work. It turned out I was really interested in public policy and the cybersecurity dimensions of public policy, the geopolitical implications. I had studied international affairs as an undergraduate, and I started seeing some really interesting connections with how government policy, laws, and regulation can affect the security of systems, and how different incentive structures create all sorts of dynamics that affect the security choices that businesses have and make and the decisions that individuals make. So I found, I just had to kind of explore the field and basically find where I had a good fit. And then once I found that, it was a good path forward to start studying all the policy dimensions of cybersecurity. But also I realized I love the policy of digital technologies in general. And so I started expanding to all sorts of other areas as well. But I always came back to cybersecurity as one of my first interests, and it's still something I'm very passionate about today.
As an expert in cybersecurity and AI, could you please provide your insights on the future of artificial intelligence, particularly regarding its benefits and risks?
So AI is something that we're all using today and that we're going to continue to use in the future. Right now, you have AI basically in your pocket on any kind of cell phone. And so the question is, how are you going to leverage this technology in ways that can help us? What I think AI is doing in cybersecurity is it's giving us significantly more capabilities to address the problems that are out there. Right now we have a resource constraint in cybersecurity. We don't have enough money to address the problems that we have. We don't have enough people to address the problems. AI is going to help us solve more cybersecurity problems, and we're going to be able to solve them faster. That said, it's also going to create more problems because all the bad guys, the attackers, are going to start using this technology to find new vulnerabilities. They're going to use it to make their job easier, and they're going to be doing this as quickly as they can because it's very profitable. So the challenge we face in the cybersecurity profession is figuring out how do we use AI quickly? How do we use it to actually solve problems? How do we deploy this quickly because the race is on? The technology is out there. And so now we have to figure out, as cybersecurity professionals, what's the role going to be for AI in all of the tasks that we perform? How can it augment our work? And how can we use it so that ultimately we can do a better job?
In the context of Morocco as a developing country, what key priorities should be the focus to become a leader in fields like AI and cybersecurity?
Well, the great thing about technology is everyone starts from the same place. So generative AI is only a few years old, and some of the cybersecurity risks that are emerging today are completely new. So every country is starting from the same place, whether you're a developed country or not. And so I think that creates just enormous opportunities for people who are studying in this field to compete with anyone, no matter where they are in the globe, because you have access to the same open source models that are available in the United States or in China, the two leading developers of AI. And you can fine-tune those models to address specific threats in specific contexts. So I think the opportunities are big, but there's also opportunities for countries like Morocco to think about their own challenges in cybersecurity. And again, I think it comes back to maybe not having enough workers in the field. And using AI, you can help address that gap and close that gap in a short amount of time, and also just save businesses money, who can then put those resources to paying their employees more, innovating with new services, creating new products, but they can do more with less. And that's a great opportunity to use AI.
How do you envision the development of collaboration between your institute and the School of Information Sciences?
It's a great question. I think we live in a globally networked economy now, and solutions don't come from just one country or one place. So much of the development in the digital space is collaborative. You take ideas from all over the world. And so, one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here today is to hear how people in this institute are thinking about the challenges that are faced in the cybersecurity field, how they're thinking about using AI, how AI is creating new challenges, and also how they're using it just in their own education. And so when I think about potential collaboration, it's really understanding what are the best ideas coming out of an institute like this, and how can those ideas be shared with the world, and what role we might play in helping spread some of those ideas.
Your career path is truly impressive. As students, what step will you recommend we take to pursue a similar level of success in our own careers?
Oh, I appreciate that. I would say work hard. That's the only thing that you can do, and hopefully you outwork others. And obviously, I feel fortunate for the opportunities I've had, and I think I would like to say that was hard work, but it's probably mostly luck. So I would say try and be lucky, but I don't know how to do that. But I feel very fortunate about the opportunity to be here today and the opportunity that I've had in the past. So I just thank you for that, and I would say I try and seize those opportunities whenever you get them.
Mr. Castro, thank you very much for your precious time and for sharing your valuable insights with us.
All right, thank you so much for having me here. Yeah, I appreciate doing the interview.